Howdy y'all, I am Ice Gold, and today is going to be an interesting match, for sure. We're doing Myth PvP again, and in this one, I went against somebody with, 200 rank higher than me, which was a little wild. But, given the matchup, and just the, the lean of the matchup, I mean, y'all saw the title. It's a title I've used a bunch of times before. I don't actually know if I've used it like on the Myth Wizard before, but I was battling my deck again, as I usually am. But in this one, it was the whole issue with fighting my deck like this in this matchup is that this school can really capitalize on you not pulling what you need, because Myth is very, based around getting through debuffs, like sending Stone Colossi through weaknesses and drop bears through shields, toss through shields occasionally, and having like maybe one or two buffs behind each of these hits to sort of make them do more damage, at least against this school. It's not wise to blade against this school, which probably gives away what was going on, but overall, death really depends a lot on responding to the opponent's moves, and I think I just said death, which, how about that? But yeah, Myth really depends on reacting to the opponent's moves in this matchup, and in the Myth versus Death matchup, of course, that means, reacting as you need to with things like Stone, things like Drop Bear, like I mentioned. And if you're not pulling these cards, like if you have two Drop Bears in your hand and the Death is like monster mashing you to put a 70% weakness on, and you don't have this, you're fried. You've got to find a way to get rid of that 70. And so that really does kind of throw a wrench in this matchup. Sometimes it can be very, very hard to overcome bad deck RNG in this matchup, especially if it's as bad as it was in this one. But just, I was still able to skate by on the lead of the matchup alone. I am honestly a little surprised that I was able to pull this one out at the end, but I'm also happy. And yeah, the deck is still the same as it's been. I am going to need to do weaving quests eventually, but as you can see by this little button up here in the top left, I still don't have membership, and we're working on that. We really, really are, but no guarantees as to when that's going to come through, so maybe for the time being there's just going to be more Myth Storm Weave content, but for now, that's just what I've got. These are the stats, almost to the damage cap at 195, and then 75 resist. I actually think that this might be Myth's resist cap, which is pretty good. And then I do have a slight chance to fizzle storm cards, which is a little mental, but what can you do? And then, yeah, obviously perfect Myth accuracy, and then this actually helped a lot. I just don't think I have a balance blocking pin, so having the death one, kind of nice. And then, of course, perfect Pierce for Storm at 65 with the Clockwork Courser, and one shy with the Myth Pierce. And, the other stats are pretty standard. I've already shown y'all the deck, so just to briefly go back over the gear, I am not actually sure if I've gotten the new hat in my bank. I should check on that, because the new hat, I don't know what it gives. It probably just gives an Orthrus, which I'll never use, but hey, or maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm not exactly in a guild on this wizard, but either way, Jabalba hat, that general template, that's what you're using here. And then for the robe, I got the plot armor, just kind of nice, although I would prefer the Legends and Legends robe, just because it would give me an extra brace to use, which is always nice. And then Jabalba boots. What are these? This must be like a rare drop. Anyway, for the wands, Jabalba Heavenly Sword for level 170. I do lose a bit of health, but I do make up the damage and pierce stats, so that is very good. I have used this one before, but as you can tell, there is quite a drop-off of like damage and pierce and important stats like that. So yep, 170 is what I've been using. And for the Fame, this drops from Takanobu. This is also a Liches and Legends amulet. I believe I have the Myth archival ample. That's right. In my bank somewhere. I just haven't broken it out yet, just because Attenuate is so nice, especially as a myth. And then for the ring, Fabled Skyfarer's Band, always good. That extra pip chance is a lifesaver, and I expect this ring to be meta for years to come. I'm gonna be real. And then for the pet, still got this double Mighty Breaker. Maybe I'll try and get Bracify on this someday, but given how the last few ventures have gone with that, I'm not sure when that'll happen. And then for the mount, like I said, Clockwork Courser, just don't have it on the character, and I've got the Takanobu deck as well. So that's going to wrap up. So I hope y'all enjoy this match more than I did, of course, because, you know, deck RNG is a cruel mistress indeed. So for now, I hope y'all enjoy it. We got another death from the looks of things. What the hell? What did I even set my emo wheel to? What's up, Matt? Okay, first gen I've seen in multiple games. Big dub. Just in case, I might want to still sit on Storm Pips, because I know that people like to detonate. Alright, yeah, first off, let's see. I don't actually see a mat. What the hell? What are we aiming at? Picking weakness in here. Lost against the life on an ice, that was me. Yeah, the life matchup is just atrocious. Never fun. So he's gonna wand, I'm gonna bear. And try to keep my Storm Pips up. That's gonna be the play here. So Storm Pip, I will get rid of that one gen. And then, yeah, let's go for this. Don't want to brace because he could mash, and that would not be good for me. But I will brace next round. Just can't with the life matchup for ice. It's actually torture. It really is. And it's just pure pain. Threefolds only get you so far. That actually, maybe I should have kept. Oops. I just sort of impulsively discard Death Dispel. So he's going to go for a Stabilize, fair enough. Life Pip is interesting, but I can go for this. I'm going to just try Myth PVP with King R into the bowl, screw it. I don't know how people pull it off, but I'm going to try it. It's not that reliable, I'll say. Like, there's definitely holes in that strat, you know. So I'll stabilize again here, probably Attenuate, and then Pigs. That's probably going to be my move. Just to be sure I'm keeping my Storm Pips up. But yeah, Attenuate Pigs, and then still threaten Azilla. That's my move. What we got here? Mash. Okay, so we'll get rid of a Pigs. Still probably Attenuate. Maybe get a Fire Pip instead. And try and get a Stone. I think it's worth it to pack just in case. Yeah, if you have the right stats, you can balance it. So, alright, what's he got? Yeah, get rid of one Pigs and Fire Pip, go for the Attenuate. Worst case, I could start Bubble, but that's usually risky. That's actually, whoa. The hand kind of just came together, I'm not going to lie to you. He's going to brace. So I will get this Pip and do that. How can I get Rageable on Myth? It's got to be Spellements. You can train it from Ignis, though, I think, in the Arcanum. So, yeah, he's going to have a Bubble. But we can fight that. 100% we can fight that. He's not at the pip range to go for anything too crazy just yet. But I'm still going to do this. Another bubble pull, that's huge. This is really timing out his brace just about perfectly. So yeah, really good pull there. Mythical, you might say. So he's got, what, 1 turn left on his brace? 2 turns. Alright, so I could either blade or reliquary here. What's that going to be? Probably a shield or a blade, okay. Interesting move. I think... Okay, let's get this pip and reliquary. And then what I want to do is Stone Colossus, if I can pull that, but I'm not. If he mashes, I'll probably stabilize, yeah. A little tragic. I would have liked to stone here, but I just don't have it. It would have been just perfect, buffed and not into a brace. So, I guess get a fire pip and stabilize. Stone here is perfect. Still not getting it though. That's a problem. Wand hit I think is going to have to be my move. Yeah, wand hit for sure. Wand hit and actually look for my Leviathan, because I'm going to need that pretty soon from the looks of things. Because I can hit him right now. There we go, there's a stone. What's he doing? Just a neg. Yeah, that's a good move. What do we want to do? I think... Let's get rid of that. Good pull. Very good pull. Just stabilize again. And if he mashes again, then I'll take the stone. Myth Trap could be good. Does he do it? Red Ghost. Okay. Yeah, not pulling the stone earlier really hurt. Because if I had just had it then, we'd be very ahead right now. But he pretended like it wasn't a card, so what can you do? So, okay, attenuates are good. It's just I want to be able to hit him right now. But he's just going to sit under brace. Is the issue. So, attenuate. Why not? Won't want that. Star Shield's not bad, but I guess that would kind of invite a Pyre Dragon, which is how Death gets ahead in this matchup. So that's probably not what we want to do. Probably just don't shield at all. What's he doing here? Fire spell. He's just going for the Immolate. Interesting. Is that even... He'd be low on pips, but yeah, it would also be into a stabilize. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. I don't think a bull here is that great. Especially because he'd be dropping a lot of pips for it. Yeah, 3,400. Pretty solid. And I could just hit him. Okay, he's going to do that. So now a bull's even less worth it. Let me get a myth pip. Like that. And just not pull anything. Awesome. I guess I have to do this. Reliquary here was the move, but I'm deck failing a lot this match. I think Surge out of it is not bad. But this will at least weaken him. That's 1,700 there. Not really pulling much of anything, which is a problem. Yeah, he's gonna go for that. So it's good that I had the Leviathan on hand, yeah. I was gonna say on deck and then said on hand and then decided to try and correct myself, which didn't end up being worth it. Alright, so he's still got a minus 35 on him. I think Surge, that or just look for a Reliquary, man. I don't want to be just taking hits like this. Yeah, no dice on that. But we can do this, and then we could fuel, which could be good. It's just, I'm deck failing bad right now. Is there an easy way to get bull spell elements? Honestly, not really. It's kind of atrocious. No. At this point, no. What are we... Okay, that ended up being worth it, but I had to get rid of 2 Stone Colossuses just now. Just so I wasn't completely screwed. Get rid of that. I don't like the idea of single blading. Is that going to be, what, a bub change? Now, of course. What could I do? I like the idea of just weaknessing him. I don't really have much of a move. If he mashes, I can stone that. But it's not great. I can also Toth. Yeah, I could like trap Toth. That could work. And then, I don't know, get that pip or something. It's just, I don't like how low I've gotten and how many pips he has. It's just, I deck failed a lot this game. That's the problem. Like, significant deck failery. But let's see what he does about this. Good damage there. And I've got a pretty strong hit. Can he just like Grim or something? No. Yeah, see, this is what I was afraid of. This probably does hit 3,800 with a buff. Is not that far-fetched. No crit, though. Maybe that'll make the difference. Oh, maybe it did. I will take it. 2730. Do I even do that much? With 2 buffs, it's possible. W-Toth ringing noise? I'm saying, bro, they need to audit that. Would I have died with a crit? I'm not sure. Yeah, I got him. Finally, some luck kicked back in at the end. I don't know, bro. Wiz really just be like that sometimes. What did I use? No shields. Reliquary. We used the levy as well. Still have some of those. A couple weaknesses. Alright. We up.